So this video, I'll outline the exact steps that we took from A to Z in getting our first SMMA client. And this video is going to be more like a documenting video for me and my partners to watch in a couple months and a couple years from now. But if you also want to know the two things that you're going to need in order to sign clients, then you can watch this for free and enjoy the ride. So the story went like this. We had no clients, we had an SMMA, we needed to make clients, we didn't have a big budget, so we spent $5 on getting a Skype phone number and we started cold calling. The reason we did that is because we live in Romania, but we work with US companies because that's the only way for us to make money realistically. And so we had to get an international phone number, costed us $5, good investment. Now the thing is that we were not that great at cold calling. Just for reference, none of us had any background in any sales, and I actually think that's an important point to bring up because you don't need to have any sales background in order to start an SMMA and to make money, and we're living proof of that. We were actually kind of, in the beginning, we were so bad that people were literally telling us and giving us advice on what we should call the next people and what to tell them. They're like, oh, I have this new mousetrap that's better than whatever they were using at the time in that niche. So it was a bit goofy and we were getting a bit roasted by a lot of people. Some people were literally screaming because of how bad and how salesy and generic our approach was, but we didn't know any better. But I think what actually made it successful in the end and what allowed us to get our first client from cold calling is the fact that we just reiterated the script every single call. Now, after a couple few dozen like cold calls, you're just gonna have less reiterations because you're gonna get better. But even then, you're always going to have one thing. We were three people watching one phone call where like you could probably do that approach a little bit better. And that's what we did every single phone call. And after doing that, we started getting people to say yes to actually joining a meeting in a cold call. And we were really happy because we had no clue what that even meant. We thought, okay, well, this guy said yes, he's going to join. We're going to have sales call. We just have to sell him on our service and then we're going to get money. Because that's what we were told an SMMA basically is. And I'm here to tell you it's a little bit more complicated than that. Obviously, we realized with time that it's not that easy because after, let's say, 10 people would say yes, we'd send the link to all of them. 3 of them would book, or 2 of them would book, and like 50% of them would actually show up. So in 10 people who would be like, yes, let's actually have that meeting, I'm interested, only 1 person converted into a sales call. And that's obviously a bad percentage. Now, I don't know what the cause for that was because that is a long time ago and now we don't do cold calls anymore, but it just gives you a reality check and kind of this should hopefully give you the right expectation if you're at the beginning as well. Don't think how we used to think that if a person says yes on the call, there's just going to be a sales call or a client. So obviously we started making messages and emails and set timers when to call this guy to remind him of the meeting, and we had to do it all manual because we didn't have automation softwares yet. We didn't have stuff like Go High Level laying around. We didn't have the budget really for that. So we just had to get by whatever way we could. And after about a good 800, 900 dials, not calls. So the difference is a dial is I have someone's phone number, I call them, that's one dial. A call is I have someone's phone number, I call them, they pick up, we have a conversation, that's a call. So after about 900 dials, we got someone else to say, you know what, sure, let's have a meeting, let's do it, whatever. And again, now we had the proper expectations. But after a couple of headaches, so 2 weeks of headaches, because this guy kept rescheduling every single time I'd call him and he couldn't show up, and we thought he was just going to be a no-show every time because he was just kind of wasting our time. He felt literally like a troll. We thought he was a troll. He actually ended up pulling up the third time, like 2 or 3 weeks later, to the original set meeting. And when it came to the selling part, we weren't horrible. I mean, we were about as good as having 2 sales calls ever in an SMMA without any background in sales beforehand will get. So we did as good as we could because we ended up signing him, but our retainer back then was $500 and we couldn't get him to sign and agree to that. So we signed him on a pay after results basis. And again, this was our first client, so we just had to get through with whatever we could. Now, after a month in the partnership, he started seeing our work, he started respecting our work, and he said that, he wants to continue the partnership. He actually started paying the retainer. He kind of scammed us a little bit. He went to $400, not $500. But we couldn't say anything because he was our first client and we were just spending all of our time on service delivery. So we just had to take care of that. And we kept him for a good, I think, 6, 7, or 8 months, 6 to 8 months. I forgot exactly how long, but that gave us enough time to kind of take care of every single spending that we had in the agency. And I think that's a really important lesson that we learned for beginners. If you don't know this, if you can even sign a client, even for really low pay, even if it's like 200 per month or something, it's better to have that, because that's going to allow you to spend it on all of the subscriptions and all of the expenses that you have. Now, obviously, you don't want to sign clients for 200 a month, but if you can sign clients for 500, well, then you can go high level already. And so now you have the most important software tool that you're ever going to need, and you have $200 to spare, which, go to subscriptions, whatever, you have $100 left over. And let me tell you what to do with those $100 as a little piece of sauce. We didn't know what we were doing, so we spent money on like a website template and then a website host and whatever, and a lot of the money would just go to that monthly. So I'll tell you what you should do instead. You should just spend it and stack it on a pile of money for B2B ads. And of course, we learned a lot of lessons with this first client, but the main takeaways that you can take from this video, if you haven't signed your first client yet, is the only two things that you're going to need are just a lot of patience and just a good offer, because we needed to have a lot of patience to do 900 dials, and for the first 100 or like however many dials, we literally had or calls, I'm sorry, we literally had a different approach and different feedback to all of them. We went through like 5 or 10 different like cold call scripts. So we had a lot of patience to go through that, and you're going to need a lot of patience to call close to 1,000 people. Obviously, it depends on the niche and how good you are at selling them, and their age and your confidence in the service you're providing and stuff like that. There's always going to be variables, but you're going to need to have a lot of patience if you're not going to spend them on like B2B ads, where you only need to be patient with making the ads, I guess. And just have a good offer, because if we told them no to the idea of working on results, then we would have never signed them. So yeah, again, this video is more kind of a documentary style kind of thing, more personal, but if you got something out of it, I really hope you did. If you're in the beginning, this should be helpful to you, I guess. And if you have any questions, let me know, and watch another.